Tons of bitches. Got anything else to say? Now's the fucking time!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Jake Brown Podcast. I am your host, Jake Brown, and this is going to be my Christmas wrap-up edition, I guess. Is that what we're calling it? The Christmas summary. Maybe we'll go with the Christmas summary. I don't know. I know that today has been a little hectic. Apparently, and maybe I'll talk about this a little bit later, but apparently my pizza dough has become popular. So I had to make some more because I'm making more pizzas tomorrow evening at a friend's house for a little birthday gathering. I've been requested to make pizzas. So I made some more dough today. It's all good to go, chilling in the fridge right now. It'll be primo by tomorrow. So yeah, I'm a little excited about that. Let's see. Christmas recap. Now, I don't know how anyone out there feels about gifts, both giving and receiving. I know that as I've gotten older, like, I just care less and less about, actually receiving gifts. I'm more about the experiences, I'm more about, the company I keep. Obviously, I'm all about that food. Getting presents, eh, with me, save your money. Just save your money. I don't need any more stuff. Now, please understand when I say this, it's not that I'm not appreciative of the gifts that I do get, but I've just noticed as I've gotten older, as I've progressed through my life and, put meaning on things, experiences are more meaningful than tangible objects at this point in my life. Okay. Um, And I think that's almost reflected in the gifts that I give because I'm not a very good gift giver. I'm not creative. I feel like I just give stuff that maybe I think is cool, but that the other people who are receiving the gifts are like, "What the fuck? Like, why don't why did you get me this?" Well, I don't know. I thought it was cool. So I'm not a very creative. Maybe what it is I'm not attentive. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not that I'm not creative. Maybe I'm just not attentive to what my friends need. Maybe. Both can be true, right? I think both things can be true. Not only am I not creative, but I'm also not attentive. Um, but I got to be honest. The main okay, well, let's talk about one little funny thing first. And I don't know, like if I'm sure this has happened to people at some point, but I've been seeing these stupid fucking ads on Instagram for these headbands that have little speakers sewn into them. So these little wireless, speakers, and it's made for and all the ads I've seen have mainly advertised them for sleeping so that, like you can lay on your side and you don't have an AirPod jamming into your skull, essentially. But you can also wear them, exercising or just out and about, wear them to work, whatever. They're just like these little headbands, and I was like, man, like those are pretty cool. So I looked them up on Amazon, and they were super cheap. So Santa, okay, if kids are out there listening to this, Santa thought it would be a great idea to get me and my girlfriend a pair of these. and they were super fucking awesome. But what was hilarious was that my girlfriend and I, we both opened up our gifts from Santa, and she immediately started laughing. And then she gets up and digs into my stocking and hands me a box and says, "Open it." And it's the exact same fucking one that Santa, wink, wink, got me. So now I have two of these wireless speaker headbands. And I don't know. I think we had to agree one of us was going to return one of them. Um, Maybe I'll just re-gift it because they're actually pretty cool, and the speakers really aren't like that bad. And if you're just using them for bumming around the house, they're actually pretty good. She ran in them and said they work great. I haven't tried to use them lounging around where I'm laying on my side yet, but they're actually pretty comfortable. So if you've ever been debating, maybe I should do like a giveaway. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a giveaway at Jake Brown Pod. The first person, and I feel like I already know who it's gonna be because I really only get comments from one person, and you know who you are out there. The first person that sends me a DM or comments on the episode, text me, whatever, okay? Send me an email for all I care. I mean, if you have my email address, then that's amazing because 99% of the people do not have that. Uh, Contact me somehow and just in one or two sentences, tell me how your Christmas went, and I will give to you, I will even pay shipping if necessary. I will give to you this headband with the wireless speakers inside, and it's yours. You may have it. So that is the contest. That Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know. Thank you. I'm getting a standing ovation from the studio audience who, well, actually, Molly just left. Molly, my dog, was my studio audience, and she left as soon as I started the show. I thought she came back, but no, she's like, fuck this. I'm out of here. Um, so yeah, at Jake Brown Pod on X or Instagram, X formerly known as Twitter. Just shoot me a DM. If you got my phone number, text me. You can comment on these episodes. Um, they're not time stamped though. Really, it's whatever one I'm gonna see first. So shoot me a DM, couple sentences. Let me know how your Christmas went, and then I will send you these wireless earband, headband, speaker thingies. They're actually pretty cool. So that's my little Christmas contest. Plus, it's a way for me to say thank you for the encouragement, the supporting me while I'm doing this podcast. It really is appreciated. So plus, I got an extra set, and I don't feel like what I really sometimes what I just hate doing, as much as I love returning stuff I buy from Amazon, uh, taking it back to Kohl's because they give you like the 20% off, and then I just buy a shit ton of candles for like super cheap. Man, dealing with that parking lot, this is very specific to where I live, but the Kohl's, Target, Marshalls, Michael's parking lot, plus throw in a fucking Starbucks and an Applebee's. It is a recipe for disaster, a recipe for door dings, a recipe for just people not getting out of the fucking way. Can we just move a little bit quicker? Like, we all got shit to do. Let's go. So honestly, I would much rather spend money on postage to give these away to somebody than have to go deal with all that shit after Christmas when everyone is returning things. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I want to give them away. So whoever gets back to me first and I, see it first, uh, you're gonna get this wireless speaker headband. It's black too, so it'll match whatever you want to wear it with. So, yeah. All right. So okay, back to my Christmas recap here. Um, it was hilarious that we ended up with 3 of these speaker headband thingies. But I gotta say, the I got an awesome gift. Okay, I feel like we gave each other, like, we get the stocking stuffers, and we get the dogs something. They each get, a chew toy and like some treats and shit like that, and they love it. Like, they go nuts. They all have their toy, and they run around and they're chewing on it, and it's squeakies going off all over the place. And Molly just wants to play fetch with it, but she's over 15 and she can't turn very well, and I just have to not let her play fetch all the time. It's a shit ton of fun, even though she doesn't get to play fetch. And I feel like my girlfriend and I, we each kind of get each other like one like really cool gift. And she got me this, it's a neon sign. It can plug into a wall, or it can just plug into a USB port, since the little area that I do my podcast at, I don't have any outlets. I actually run a cord into the bathroom. And that's how I keep my computer and soundboard plugged in. But fortunately, it has a USB plug as well, so I can plug it into my computer. But it's this neon light that just says "on air," like a radio, like something you'd see at a radio station. Like, it's so fucking cool, and it has a white border, and "on air" is written in red. And I'll be able to hang it up, like right above me, and it just, to me, I was just like, "Oh, hell yeah." You know? Like, let's make this feel as professional as possible despite the shit that comes out of my mouth. Okay? Let's that's the whole point. I like, we had this saying, when I was doing sports, growing up. I think, like, it stayed with me in college, it stayed with me, post collegiate athletics. Um, Look good, feel good, play good. And I am a firm 100% believer in look good, feel good, play good, you know? And I take pride in, like, all my stuff being squared away, neat and organized. I like to have, nice looking equipment at least. It may not be the best quality stuff. Joe Rogan is not buying my soundboard to do his podcasts. Okay. I literally bought a refurbished Chromebook for like $50 on Amazon, but it works perfect for what I need. My microphone was ridiculously inexpensive, but it looks cool. Like, it looks like a legit mic that you'd see, Dan Patrick talking into, you know? Like, it's just cool. So I may not have like the best quality stuff, but my stuff looks good. It works. It's effective. And this sign, I feel like, is just going to add to that whole ambiance that I've created in my little talk space. That's what, my little podcast space. And I'm waiting for a couple things I had to order so that I can get it mounted, and honestly get it plugged in. Chromebook only has 2 USB ports, so I had to get a splitter. So that should show up today. Then I can get the sign hung and plugged in. And then whenever I'm doing my podcast, it's going to feel like it's DJ time. DJ Jake. Oh, yeah. So I was ridiculously excited for that. That's the kind of gift that is ridiculously thoughtful, you know? Like, it benefits no one but me and what I'm trying to do, which is not the case for my gift to my girlfriend. Okay. Now, I will say this gift is almost 100% for her. I would say it's 99% for her, 1% for me. However, it benefits me. It benefits me. You can't put a number on how this is going to benefit me. Okay. So my girlfriend loves to cook. Like it's the way that I love to ride motorcycles, that's how she feels about cooking. And she's brilliant. Like she understands, flavors and seasoning. Like she gets the science behind it. There's I have no desire to go out to restaurants. Okay. I have zero fucking desire to go out to restaurants when I know the food won't be as good. It will never be as good. Now, it doesn't mean I don't enjoy going out once in a while with some friends and, you know, getting a seltzer water with the orange wedge because I like to live wild. I mean, every once in a while I'll get like an old fashioned. I do like old fashions. Um, and it is nice to get out and, have a nice dinner and socialize and it's fun. That kind of thing's fun. But I'm not doing that for the food. I'm doing that for the company. Okay. If we're going to make this solely about food, oh, the restaurant's losing every time. Every time. Girlfriend is always winning when it comes to cooking food. She's absolutely fucking brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant. And she can make anything. Okay? Anything. There's nothing from appetizers to fucking entrees to desserts. She is so passionate about food that it only made sense for me to find the best set of knives that I could get her. Now, I didn't get her like the absolute best set that's out there ever, you know, but I got her like a really nice set of knives. And because, her knives were, let's be honest, they were fucking hot garbage. Okay. They were terrible. These were terrible knives. These were the kinds of knives that if you watch like a lot of cooking shows, especially with like Gordon Ramsay, you'll hear him say, let the knife do the work. Okay. Well, with her knives, the knives were not doing shit. Those fucking knives were unemployed, doing nothing. Okay. Just collecting money from the state. It was so hard to cut things, to cut anything with those knives. I'm not even sure those knives could kill somebody. They were bad. They were so bad, like garage sale quality bad. Really, I'm not sure people would pay for those. I think she put them on OfferUp, and someone just came and took them. So I get her this set of knives, and the first thing that she cuts, which was just something, I was like parsley or something, and she was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, OMG, I can't believe I was using those shit knives for so many years. These things are amazing. Now, how how does this benefit me, you ask? Easy. Now she wants to cut everything. So, she's just gonna end up cooking even more, which means I get to eat the food that she cooks because she's so excited to use the knives that I got her. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, every once in a while, okay, I may not be like super thoughtful or creative, but I like to think I'm pretty resourceful. And sure, I could just ask, "Hey, will you make this?" And she's ridiculously kind. She's going to say yes. But if I, you know, give her a new set of knives, she was so fucking excited to just chop and dice and slice anything. It's going to be great. This is absolutely going to be great. I'm going to get so many meals because she's going to be even more enthused about food prep. And I'll help, I like to help. I like to, sometimes, I'll do like my food prep with like the vegetables and stuff like that. Usually I get high and I'm so OCD when I'm baked that I really take my time and I make everything look stupid perfect. Like, everything is just dress right dress. Uh, Not very time efficient, so I think she gets me started way ahead of time because she knows that, I'm working on a carrot for 10 minutes trying to get it just diced up perfect. But, so I'm gonna help. I'll do my part. Does it I kind of feel like an asshole right now. Do I am I coming off like an asshole right now? Man, I really hope I'm not. Like, the whole purpose of the gift was to make her life easier in the kitchen, you know? It's easier, plus it's fun, you pull out, like, a wicked cool knife, like, they look good, they're sleek, they're all one piece stainless, no weird fucking handle for stuff to get underneath and corrode, like, these are legit knives, like, they're nice. Um, but man, when I say it out loud, it kinda sounds almost a little sinister on my part. And I assure everyone out there listening, it was not sinister in any way. I had the greatest of intentions. They are even if I get no food out of this whatsoever, the joy that I had watching her cut up like the first thing of parsley ever with the knives. Oh, that was worth it right there. That right there, that was worth it. So overall, okay, maybe I'm not like anti-gift, I'm not anti-gift, but just, priorities change. But I can still appreciate an awesome gift. And what I received was awesome. I'm so excited for this sign to get hung up and to use it. I probably won't get to use it until honestly January. I think this will be my last show of the year. Um, and I think this is show 20 actually. God damn. These episodes are just clicking off at this point. Um, so I'm excited for my sign, but I'm just as excited that you know, that my girlfriend got the knives and that, she was so happy and that they're really gonna help her with, with her passion, which is cooking. And ultimately, if she's happy, I'm happy, and, you know, that's what it's about, making each other happy. Um, all right. So, okay, let's get to the part that I know everyone is just dying to know. Okay. To get a little bit of seltzer water. We're going for 23 minutes. This is like the most I've talked in 3 or 4 days, I feel like. um, Everybody wants to know, how did Christmas dinner go? Now, if you remember, let's do a little recap, all right? So we're gonna take it back to last year on Thanksgiving. I made a pie that was just basically a giant pile of apple shit, okay? It was a giant pile of apple shit. It was an imposter. It was horrible. It was an abomination, okay? It was embarrassing. It was humiliating for me because I like to think I make pretty good pies, and that was just it was bad. It was bad. So fast forward to this Thanksgiving, all right, just a mere month ago, I was like, all right, I was told, I don't know if I was told. I think I just said I'm not making pie, but I wanted to contribute, so I was gonna make some crockpot cheesy potatoes. Easy, right? Who the fuck can mess up cheesy potatoes in a crock pot? Literally just plug it in and fucking walk away for 5 or 6 hours. All right? Well, what has 2 thumbs and fucked up crock pot cheesy potatoes? This guy right here, okay? So I fucked up the cheesy potatoes. And even when they were finally ready, like, the next day, they they just like, they were you could tell at one point they would have been good, but at the moment when the potatoes were finally, ready to be consumed, the cheese was just so far cooked that it was not good. It was just this big cheesy onion potato brick, basically. It had to go in the garbage. It was bad. I couldn't even just stomach it down. Like, I really wanted to just force that down just out of spite to be like, I made this, I'm eating. I couldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it. They were bad. So now we fast forward to Christmas, and I said, look, we don't need to have some fucking complicated dinner with a shit ton of sides. We don't need a repeat of Thanksgiving. We don't need, the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the sweet, we don't need all that. It's so much food. And most of it doesn't even get eaten. So I said, look, I want to make pizza for everyone. I can make pizza dough. I can make pizzas. I got a pizza stone. I got a board. I'll make like 6 pizzas, all different kinds, and everyone can just eat whatever they want. And I think people were maybe a little skeptical, but to humor me, they were like, okay, fine, you can make pizza. And I'm curious though if there was a backup plan, like amongst my girlfriend's family. Like, did they have a backup plan in case this completely blew up in my face? Which, let's be honest, it very well could have. All right, it very well could have, but it 100% didn't. Fucking nailed it. Nailed it. See, I did some research first. I made some dough and I wasn't happy with it. Bard helped me out, gave a great suggestion, switching to bread flour, not all purpose flour. I never even would have thought to do that, honestly. And I've done some baking, you know? Like, that seems like the obvious, like, if I was gonna make a change, it would have been to a bread flour. But it didn't even occur to me. Like, I was so far in the forest, I couldn't even see the trees. You know what I mean? So on my first couple demo loaves or demo doughs, not good. They were not good. I was not happy with the texture. They were just like little frisbees. I was not happy with them at all. And it's not to say that they didn't taste good. Like, they tasted okay, but not good enough. Not good enough when you're fucking 0 for 2 on holidays. Okay. I was 0 for 2. I needed to hit a grand slam on this one. All right. Grand salami. That's what I needed. So when I switched to the bread flour, it's like the skies opened up. The sun shined down upon me with golden warm light. And I knew this is it right here. This is it. And I was super stoked. I was super stoked for Christmas dinner. Once I got that, I think it was that third pizza, the third demo pizza, and I knew I had a winner at that point. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, fucking bring on Christmas." Now, that's not to say that I wasn't nervous still. Any number of things can happen. All right? When I do my little control bakes, like, that's in my kitchen, my equipment, my oven. I know how my oven's gonna work. And I know you think, oh, all ovens are the same. They're not all the same. Not all ovens are the same. Okay. And I'm very comfortable with my oven. My oven, I know what my oven is going to do. And I was not sure going to my girlfriend's parents how their oven was going to be, or even how hot it was capable of going. Ideally, you want these pizzas on a pizza stone, 600-degree oven. Most ovens only go to 500 or 550. So really, you just go as hot as your oven can go. So fortunately, this one went to 550. What kind of threw me for a loop was their oven had a smaller part on the top that was almost like a quarter oven, like it's maybe a foot tall. And then it had like the main oven was down below. And someone was like, "Oh, you could use the top part." And I was like, "Hell no. I don't know how that one is going to heat. It's too condensed in there. It might just flash cook the fucking pizza to a crisp immediately. Nope. So got racks rearranged and the oven preheated. And from the first pizza that I slid into the oven, just the way it came off the board, that motherfucker just glided off the board onto the pizza stone. It just glided off, kept its shape, centered, and I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm already in my groove. I'm already in it. And I had my little system down. One pizza's in. I'm on a bigger wood cutting board, prepping the next one. One pizza would come out. I would cut it and then just put that pizza on. We cleaned the table off real good, so it was clean. And then I was just sliding the pizzas directly onto the table, and then people were just coming up, grabbing paper plates, napkins, and just eating. And turned out 6 pizzas. And here's how I know that the pizzas were good. Okay. And I think my only real regret is that I didn't like take 5 or 10 minutes to just sit and eat some pizza. Like I was just grabbing a slice and I just keep working. Like I was just so zoned in on fucking Operation Xmas Pizza. I was so fucking zoned in that I didn't, give myself a chance to kind of stop and smell the roses. You know what I mean? And but here's how I know that the pizzas were good. Um, my girlfriend's stepdad, who was very vocal about how bad my pie was, and I think he felt bad. He was definitely less vocal about the cheesy potato fiasco, but there were a couple little digs, and I deserved them. I fucking deserved them. I got digs from a lot of people that night, and that's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take it. He ate 8 pieces of fucking pizza. He essentially ate one pizza all to himself. That's all I needed right there. Not only did he go back for seconds, but he went back for thirds and he went back for fourths. And then we left some pizzas there. There's a bunch of slices, and I took some home, and I know he ate those too. Success. Success. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was so happy with the way that with the way everything turned out. Um, it was just, I don't know. It seemed like, aside from a small dog scuffle when we first got there, the mood was just so relaxed. Thanksgiving was kind of hectic because you're getting so many dishes ready to be served all at the same time. And like it can be really overwhelming. And that that was not the vibe for this Christmas dinner. Like if anything, if I have like any advice for a Christmas dinner, like for Thanksgiving, okay, you want to do, all the dishes with all the bullshit and all the sides and the desserts, fine. Thanksgiving, that's a good time to do that. I feel like Christmas, man, just make it chill. Just make it chill. Don't go crazy. Barbecue some fucking steaks. Make some pizzas. Do some enchiladas. Last year, oh, was it a Friendsgiving or a Friends Christmas? I don't remember which one it was. We did my friend made fried chicken and it was unbelievable. Like just there's enough bullshit going on at Christmas that don't let the fun aspect of it, the food aspect of it, don't let that become burdensome as well. Don't let that happen. Just keep it simple, keep it simple, stupid. Like just keep it simple, keep it light, keep it fun. I, if I never see another turkey on Christmas dinner or a fucking ham or some sort of roast, like I'm good. I'm good. To me, like to me, that just equals anxiety. That's just unless someone else is doing it, it's just anxiety and there's just too much food and no. Keep it simple, man. Keep it fun. I was just so happy that everyone was enjoying themselves and everyone was eating the pizza and everyone was saying, "Oh, like you're not a complete fucking fuck up in the kitchen. You can actually make something." I was like, "Yeah, like I have my moments." So now, fast forward, tomorrow I'm making more pizzas at a birthday party. So let's fucking go, man. Let's go. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm not gonna get high at this one. I want to be as focused as I can. So when all the pizzas are done, I will be within my weed window. So maybe I'll light up a joint and just appreciate my hard work and seeing the smiles on people's faces, having delicious pizza. Ah, doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, so that's my Christmas little recap. Uh Overall, fantastic Christmas. Could not have asked for anything more, did not want anything less. It was just in that sweet spot where it was just perfect. And I hope that everyone else out there who hears this podcast had a similar Christmas to what mine was, which was low stress, lots of laughs, great food, great company, and I mean, at this point in my life, that's all that I can hope for. So I hope that everyone out there who's listening, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and got everything that you asked for, gave away everything that you wanted to give away, and I hope that everyone appreciated what they got, had delicious food, and hey, we got one more event of this year, New Year's Eve. One more event. I'm not a big New Year's Eve person, mainly because I don't go out. I don't enjoy bars. So, you know, again, just like Christmas was mellow, New Year's Eve is also going to be mellow. I'm not even leaving the house. We have a couple friends coming down. We're gonna make dinner, and then they're probably gonna be gone, like, literally around 7:30 to 8:30, and then it's just we're gonna be in with the dogs at that point. Uh, None of our dogs really do well with fireworks, and, man, people really love to light off fireworks, even though they're illegal around here. Where are people getting all these fucking fireworks? I mean, we all know where, but we just kinda keep the fireworks to a minimum, like, just right at midnight. How about, like, you got from 12 to 12:05, just go fucking crazy. Light off everything. Blow shit up. You got 5 minutes, and then by 12:06, let's just be done. Let's be done. I it's not okay, obviously, my dogs don't understand what a fucking calendar is or what New Year's is. All they know is 2 times a year, all fucking hell breaks loose, and it sounds like a battlefield, around our houses, and they're completely freaked out, and, hey, we got old dogs. They just don't deal well with that kinda thing. So, hey, 12 to 12:05, go crazy. 12:06, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. We gotta work the next day, you know? I mean, the whole point is to usher in the new year, like, at 12:01, that's over. I mean, really, at midnight, it's done. So just kiss who you gotta kiss, and let's just pack it in for the night at that point, and get up and get back to work. Uh, I was a little curious because, I feel like everyone's always looking for new and exciting things to do on New Year's Eve. So, I mean, I had to ask Bard, "Hey, what are 5 alternative New Year's Eve activities?" And I mean, it's a list. It's a list. I don't think it applies to everywhere or everyone. Like number 1, stargazing under the open sky. No thanks. I don't feel like sitting on my roof in the rain looking up at gray clouds. So that one's gonna be out. I mean, if you live like in Arizona or Southern California where, you see blue sky, hell, even in Eastern Washington, uh, you could do that. You could do that. Get up on the old roof or go drive out somewhere in the woods and do a little stargazing. I have this cool app. Let me. I wasn't planning on this one. I gotta find it real quick. Okay, it's called Skyview Lite. Skyview Lite, Lite. It's super awesome. If you don't know what it is, you bring it up on your phone and you basically you point your phone to the sky and it will identify like what every star and constellation. It tracks where all the planets are. It tracks where the International Space Station is. It tracks where Hubble is. So imagine that the Earth was just a giant glass ball and you could see right through it. So if you look down, let's say Hubble is on the other side of Earth. When you point your phone down to the ground, it will show you where in relation to the Earth, like Hubble is at that exact moment in time. And sometimes it's right above you. Sometimes it's right at the horizon. Sometimes it's at your feet because it's on the other side of the planet. But it's really cool. So, look, I'm not saying to do this, but there are times when it's cool to get super baked. And then when you're out walking your dogs at night, you pull up that app and you just stargaze and you identify things. And it's really interesting. And I like learning things. And I don't really care how crazy that sounds. It makes me happy. So check it out. So yeah, Stargaze. Number 2, board game marathon with friends. That's not that bad. I mean, I guess depending on when you start, if you start at noon, I don't want a fucking 12-hour game of Rummy. Like I'm good on that. Um, but card games are fun. I love playing card games. Hey, for all you card golfers out there, okay? And if you aren't familiar with the game golf through cards, uh, try adding this little wrinkle in. Now, you know how typically the only way that you're getting under par is to get twos. Well, we started playing a little different because we wanted to, one, increase the drama, and two, increase the scoring. And what we did, we have our twos are worth -2, but then we made aces -1, and we made jokers -3 because there's only 2 of them in the deck. All right. So try adding that little scoring variation to your golf game. It actually makes the game, I feel like it makes it a ton more fun, a lot more scoring. You take a lot more risks, but it's a lot of fun. Um, what's another game we play? Skip Boo. Fucking love Skip Boo. Rummy. It's like Skip Bo. I call it Skip Boo. It is what it is. To me, it's Skip Boo. It'll always be Skip Boo. I can play those games for hours, but I think depending on you got to start those, at an appropriate time so that you're wrapped up and done by the time it's basically midnight, and then you can just go to bed. A relaxing spa retreat. I mean, maybe I mean, spas aren't going to be open to midnight. I mean, I guess that's something that you do during the daytime. I, if I go to a spa and like I get a massage and I'm in a mud bath, and by the time I'm done with all that, you know, I'm probably going to be passed out by 9 o'clock. New Year's Eve is over at that point. I'm going to be way too relaxed. And you damn well better know I'm having some champagne while I'm getting all this work done. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm like on the surface that seems like a great idea, but I just man, be careful. Be careful because you're probably not going to make it to midnight. Number 4 on Bard's list of alternative New Year's Eve activities: volunteer for a cause you care about. No thanks. Number 5. Number 5, create a time capsule. Did anybody do that when they were kids? Did you guys do that? I feel like when I was in 7th grade, we did a time capsule. And man, and I can't remember if it got dug up when we graduated high school or if it's even still buried. I don't remember. But I am almost 87% certain that we did a time capsule, like my class, the whole class collect really it was like the student body people, like it wasn't anything I was a part of. I think they asked us for what are some ideas of things you want to put in the time capsule, and you know, you can't ask 13-year-old boys shit like that because you're gonna get the dumbest fucking answers ever. I don't even need to go over what some of those answers are. If you were a 13-year-old boy, or if you're a parent of a 13-year-old boy, you know exactly the stupid shit that a 13-year-old boy is going to suggest to put in a time capsule. So obviously, like none of our ideas were taken. I think they put like, I don't know, like a fucking t-shirt, like a book, I think a tape, because yeah, oh geez, that was 1989-ish. Tapes. We didn't have CDs. I don't even think CDs. I mean, they may have been around, but they were a very new fad if they were even around at that point. So I think they put a tape in. Um, I don't think they put any food in there. That probably would have been a disaster. And then I think it got buried someplace on school grounds. I have no idea where, but I think they buried that thing. So, I don't know, I could be completely just making all this up, but I feel like I have a memory of that. Does anyone does anyone that I grew up with listen to this podcast? Did we do that? Did we do a time capsule when we were in 7th or maybe even 8th grade? I don't remember. I feel like we did. I feel like I have, like, this memory of standing, like, out by the entrance by the flagpole, and we were talking about the shit that's gonna be in the time capsule. Why do I have that memory? I could just be making all this up. I have no idea. But I feel like it was a real thing and it really happened. So, if it was real, I have no idea what happened to all that stuff. Who has it? Who has it? I wonder what the condition of it was. Like, does it corrode? Like, what kinda capsule did they use? Did they use? You'd have to use something that's, gonna keep moisture out. It needs to seal up tight. You don't want it to corrode. You don't want critters somehow, so you couldn't put food into it because you wouldn't want some critter digging it up. Yeah, that'd be bad. God, if you were gonna put food in, what would you put in? For where I grew up, okay, and we're obviously I would never put food inside of a time capsule with other objects. Maybe I would just put it by itself in its own time capsule next to the real time capsule with all the cool stuff. But for where I grew up, we had this place, this little stop and rob called Herb's Quick Mart, and I feel like we should put one of the cheeseburgers that fucking that Herb's used to make. You put them in this little grill machine. It was on like a conveyor belt, and it flame broiled that thing, and then it kicked it out on the backside, and you got your bun, all your fixins. It was like a Herb burger. They were really good. They were really good. I don't even know if that place is still there anymore. So I would want to put a Herb burger in there. That's what I'd put in there. What would you put in a time capsule? At Jake Brown Pod on X and what's the other one? Instagram. Yes, So yeah, let me know not only for the contest. Again, let's talk about the contest one more time. First person to shoot me a DM, a text, an email, talking about, you know, how their Christmas went. I'm gonna give them my spare set of wireless speaker headband. It's a headband that you can wear running or lounging around. It has speakers that are sewn into it. It's fucking rechargeable. It has buttons on it. Everyone is going to look at this thing and think, wow, you are the coolest person ever. You got the coolest shit, bro. Uh, so the first person that reaches out to me, I'm going to give them my extra set. I'm giving them to them. But what I would also like to know, if you were going to do a time pod or a time capsule, what would you put in it? I'm putting a fucking cheeseburger in it from Herbs. I feel like I would have to put something motorcycle related, but it would have to be something that when it was opened, you would know, like, hey, this is from 2023. Okay. Like this is from 20, maybe like an ECU off of one of my race bikes. Like I'd take like my old R6 ECU. That's worth too much money. Fuck it. I'd put it in there anyway. Put it in there. I think I would probably put in I put in like a razor, like one of the razors that I used to shave my head. I have no idea why. I'd put a seltzer water in, you know. I'd definitely put in a seltzer water. And man, I don't know. I think maybe like if a piece of clothing, maybe like one of my favorite t-shirts. Not like one of my favorite t-shirts, but like the next tier down. Or like I would buy a shirt that I thought was cool, but then I had no intention of really ever wearing, and then I'd put that in there. So that's what. Well, then Molly would have to put something in. So she has a few collars. I'd probably take like one of her collars with like her tag, that has a tag on it, and I'd put that in there as well. So that's our contribution to my own little personal time capsule. But I'm curious, what would you put in your time capsule if you were going to have a time capsule? At Jake Brown Pod on X and Instagram. Love to hear from you. All right, friends. Oh man. I just planned on talking for like 15 minutes, and this has been a lot longer than 15 minutes. But hey, I was excited. Like I said earlier, this will probably be my last show of the year. I may try to do on Saturday, but I'm going to ride dirt bikes all day, and I'm usually pretty tired by the time I'm done doing that. So if I have the energy, maybe I'll hop on for like a late nighter. I'll find some cool copyright free music. Hey, and if you get my podcast on YouTube, I apologize that you don't get episode 18. You want to know why? They fucking dinged me for copyright infringement because one of episode 18 that I did had some blues music playing in the background the whole time. And YouTube said, thanks, but no thanks. We are restricting this episode. And by restricting, they fucking removed it. So you can find episode 18 on Spotify or iTunes or Amazon Music, but you will not find episode 18 on YouTube. So, note to self, don't push my luck with copyright restrictions. So I will find, if I do one Saturday night, I will find some nice, chill, copyright free music. That way, wherever you are finding my show, you will be able to download and listen. But in case I don't get to one final show this year, and this is the last one, again, this is episode 20. I just want to say I have had so much fun doing these. I can't wait to do the next 20. I do want to start incorporating guests on because I do have some friends who are, involved in health and fitness. And I'd like to pick their brains about, why they do what they do, what their views are on things. And I feel like it'd be interesting. So it's definitely something I'm going to incorporate for next year. Um, Thank you so much to everyone who subscribes and gives me a 5-star review. It's very much appreciated. Um, I appreciate people who leave comments or text me saying, "Hey, I listened to this episode. It was great." It really does mean the world. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and you know, like I talked about in one of the first episodes, I was just too chicken shit to do it. And man, talk about time wasted. You know, this is something I discussed before. Man, we only have so much time, and I wasted so much of it just being afraid to talk into a microphone. Like, how dumb is that? It's so dumb, you know? And then we all have our quote unquote microphone. So whatever your microphone is in your life that you're just afraid to do that you've always wanted, fuck it. Just do it. Just do it. Even if no one like no one if people were like, "Dude, your podcast sucks." I would still do it because I have fun doing it. I have an absolute blast. I'm just sitting here talking to my wall, and it's one of the most fun things I do in my day. So, whatever your microphone is, whatever that hurdle just do it, man. Just do it. All right, that's my show. Please, everyone on New Year's Eve, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Get your Uber. I mean, hell, I will more than likely be yeah, don't call me. I'm not gonna be sober. I will be high. I will definitely be high on New Year's Eve. No if, ands, or buts about that. But please be safe, be smart, and I will talk to you
Now, if any of you sons of
later.
bitches got
Happy New
anything
Year!
else to say, now's the fucking time!
Jake, oh wait, tell.